So let's talk a little bit about one of the draft picks that's kind of flown under the radar. Cornerback out of Northwestern, Cameron Mitchell. Took him in the 5th round. So this is from Noah Weiskopf. After speaking and hearing talk, Brown's 5th-round pick, the consensus is extremely versatile, who would be more than willing to play in the slot if needed. Intelligence, footwork, fundamentals allow him to play multiple positions. And again, that slot position has been kind of up in the air just because Greg Newsome has made it clear he doesn't mind playing it. He doesn't want to only be a slot corner. And you get that. Slot corners don't get paid. They get beat up. It's a utility guy. And if you're a first-round pick, you don't want to be a utility guy.
This is a good move for the Browns. They feel that they have a good, what's the best way to say it? They are confident in their ability to find cornerbacks, they think, in the draft, right? They've done a nice job, more so than what they've done with receivers. So they feel that, here's a guy that plays for Northwestern in the Big Ten, so that's a Power 5 conference, an intelligent kid. They can bring him in and not expect him to be their number one corner because they've got Burke and the other guys, Denzel Ward. So when you look at this move, I like it. Like you said, under the radar. Don't expect too much of him. Can be a special teams player, but also come in there, maybe throw him in the slot there and make Newsome happy by moving him outside, which is probably the best fit for him as well.
I agree with you. And they do that. You can say whatever you want about their inability to draft certain positions. Cornerback has not been one of them. You've got Ward, Newsome, Emerson, and all of those guys have elite cornerback traits, and you better have that when you're going against the Bengals and now the Ravens, who've added Odell Beckham and Zay Jones or Zay Flowers are out there. You're going to need a lot of corners that can play.
And that is something that Jim Schwartz, what do we know about Jim Schwartz? Jim Schwartz wants to rush the passer and have corners that can cover, right? Because if you can get pressure with only 4 guys, forcing the quarterback to throw the football early, that alleviates the time your corners have to cover. And if you have average to above average corners already, then that creates a nice recipe for success with the pass rush and the cover corners. And so I think the Browns really looked at this offseason and they said, all right, we know we have the offensive guys, right? But we've got Deshaun now. Yes, we have to add a couple of wide receivers, but we're comfortable with the entire offense. We need to rebuild this defense, and we need to give Jim Schwartz whatever he wants, and Jim got what he wanted, right? They addressed the defensive line. They went out, they got the corners. They obviously don't value linebackers. They think Anthony Walker and Sione Takitaki coming back, whenever that might be from their injuries, are good enough, along with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. So they went out and they said, Jim, what do you want? He gave them a list. They went out, they addressed that list. Now let's see if they can take that list on paper and put it on the field, make it work.